And I truly believe Chris is being very, very silly by continuing going after more Mr. Olympias after he already won 4.
E aí, fãs de bodybuilding, eu sou o Roger e hoje eu tô aqui para fazer mais um vídeo comentando sobre Chris Bumstead e sua recente entrevista no canal do Chris Williamson. E vou mostrar para vocês a repercussão que as falas do Chris tiveram lá no cenário internacional e o que alguns canais com muita relevância acabaram comentando sobre as falas do Chris e alguns canais que acabaram opinando também sobre a carreira do Chris. Vou mostrar para vocês e comentar mais especificamente sobre aquela parte em que o Chris comenta sobre a utilização de esteroides, né? Principalmente sobre a trembolona ali. Esse corte repercutiu muito na mídia internacional, inclusive um canal do Greg do site que tem mais de 1.900.000 inscritos, comentou sobre esse caso, comentou também sobre o vídeo que o Nick Trigili fez a respeito disso, em que o Nick acabou dizendo que não compensa o Chris competir, ele já tem 4 títulos, não tem por que ele continuar competindo, não tem por que ele continuar fazendo tudo o que ele precisa fazer para continuar no topo, até porque o Chris tem uma doença autoimune, né, que afeta muito os rins dele, que a gente sabe que é um órgão muito importante, ainda mais para um fisiculturista, para qualquer um, né, mas a gente sabe que os fisiculturistas abusam um pouquinho mais do que uma pessoa normal dos seus rins, então o Nick acaba argumentando que o fato do Chris continuar puxando, né, continuar exercendo o máximo do físico dele, dos órgãos dele, por conta do fisiculturismo não vale a pena. O cara já tem tudo que ele poderia ter, já conquistou tudo que ele poderia conquistar, que não vale a pena continuar competindo para acumular títulos, né? Bom, eu vou deixar o trecho aí para vocês verem e tirarem suas próprias conclusões. E, bom, deixa o seu comentário aí embaixo. Deixa o seu like também, porque esse tipo de vídeo aqui dá um trabalho para fazer. Eu faço minhas legendas manualmente, então realmente dá um trabalhinho. E se você aprecia, se você curte esse tipo de trabalho, eu peço que você deixe o seu like, se inscreva no canal para mais vídeos como esse. E é isso aí, fiquem com o vídeo.
But obviously it's a very rough sport, physically, psychologically, hormonally. Do you have any concerns about longevity? You know, you've done an awful lot of extreme things to your body over the last decade.
Remember, Chris Bumstead has an autoimmune kidney disease, and he hasn't been natural since the age of 18, almost 10 years ago.
I mean, I think if you're a bodybuilder, you don't worry about that. You're either stupid or lying, to be completely honest. So
Chris's response, if you're not concerned with your health and you're a bodybuilder using performance-enhancing drugs, then you're actually an idiot or you're just lying to yourself. And so, of course, he's concerned.
But something I definitely, obviously, with my own health conditions from the past is on the forefront of my brain, but I just manage it as best as I can. You know, there's blood work you can get done consistently to keep your markers on. There's a lot of tests. You know, diagnostics now are absolutely insane, and if you want to stay healthy long term, it's getting something. If something's going on with you, catching it early.
And so Chris says, well, yeah, I get a lot of blood work done. I do diagnostics. And so I can see whether I'm healthy or not. And if I'm not, I'm going to retire at that point. Nick Trilogy's opinion, on the other hand, says, why would you ever take that risk? You've already won the competition 4 times, and so why are you still going? Well, I'll answer that, Nick. It is extremely difficult to give up doing something that you love. The thing you love most in this world, the thing that gives you the most joy, how can you suddenly take it away from someone? And so whether it's good or bad for you, it's very difficult to give up something that you're perhaps not physically addicted to, but you're mentally addicted to. Think of the dopamine release upon every single victory that Chris Bumstead gets. And so it's easy to say, if I won the title, the championship, if I became the best in the world, I would give it up for my health. Yeah, right. No one's doing it. I've never seen someone win a Mr. Olympia title and then retire. Name one. Has anyone ever won the title and said, hey, I've done it. Time to retire. Time to get off all the performance-enhancing drugs. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman, the list goes on and on. People aren't quitting once they get to the top. Once you're on the top, you want it that much more.
That's when your body starts to really fall apart. It's not right now. But when Chris stops bodybuilding, that is when you'll have a rude awakening.
If you, in fact, wait until your health markers fall down before you retire, guess what? It's too late. If you're preparing for competitions year after year and you finally retire because the doctor says, oh my goodness, this is so bad, you simply can't do the show this year. If you've made it that far, it's way too far. You've already done permanent damage. And so my advice, get out before it's too late.
And I truly believe Chris is being very, very silly by continuing going after more Mr. Olympias after he already won 4.
And so Nick points out Chris has a business set up. He's got it made. He doesn't need to win any titles. He's got close to 20 million followers. And so why would he continue to go after it? Well, I've already stated the reason. It's the dopamine, the fun, the joy, the excitement. That is what he lives for. It's what he knows best. It's what he loves to do. And so how can you take something away from someone that they love passionately this much?
Yeah, all the other compounds, they don't add up to being just as bad as Tren. If he really thinks this, which I know he doesn't because I know Chris isn't dumb, I lost all respect for Chris.
And so Chris doesn't think this. He just has to convince himself that he's okay. You can't blame the guy. He's abusing his body with performance-enhancing drugs to win the Mr. Olympia title that he's already won 4 times. The guy's a multimillionaire, loved by 18 million fans, probably more. But he loves bodybuilding. It's very addictive. It is hard to stop. When you are the best in the world at something, to suddenly just give it up. Remember, he's only in his 20s. Why would he want to retire? And so when you're young, you feel invincible. You think it won't happen to me. I'm getting my blood work done. I'm getting checked by a doctor. And so I'm good. No, you're not. At least accept the fact that, yes, I am doing this to my body. I accept its risks, but it is, in fact, worth it to me. At least it is right now. Perhaps when you're older, you'll reflect on your past and think, well, I shouldn't have done those things. It wasn't very smart. I've done this. But when you're young, you're not feeling like that. But remember, when you get older, I'm 47. When you look back on your past, you're going to have some regrets. And so please think about it right now.
And just because you copy what he's doing now, it doesn't mean you're going to have the same success. Be careful. It's not worth it if you have a kidney disease.
And so to me, that was a really strange ending by Nick. It says, it's not worth it if you have a kidney disease. It's not worth it, period.